Horoscopes by 1pkc.io, brought to you by Jeff Helkenberg.
Hello Leo, this is your horoscope for the week of January 21st, 2019. Now currently the house of Leo is empty while your ruler, the sun, has entered into Aquarius. And so one of the things that you're going to be feeling with this transition is that you definitely desire the freedom to be your authentic self. And so some people this week may end up trying to force you to be something you're not. It's kind of like putting a round peg in a square hole. What you're going to want to do is be original in your thinking, and other people are going to try to make you conform, kind of like a Pac-Man game, where you're going to be running this maze, and that's not going to work for you. And so you're going to want to break out of that mold, and you're going to really want to be able to shine as a unique individual. The idea that you're going to be constrained or forced to conform to arbitrary rules that you had no part in creating is really going to feel like anathema to you this week, because you're desperate in your desire to be creative and to allow your creative energy to flow. And when you're corralled or when you're forced into these narrow channels of thinking by others, it really doesn't allow that part of you to shine. And you really need that this week. You're going to feel like you need it. Now, one of the things that's going to happen potentially is that if you force yourself onto others, if you're like, I'm just not going to go with the flow, I am not going to allow people to constrain me, you may end up offending people. They may see it as a challenge to their authority. And so there may be some trials and tribulations this week associated with you attempting to be your true authentic self. If that happens, try to roll with it. Don't allow yourself to get overly angry. Don't explode. Just realize that sometimes when you're a creative person or you're trying to be unique and authentic, that it will challenge others who are conformists, and it will make them feel threatened. It's kind of like turning the light on in a room that's been dark, and people, they shield their eyes from it, and it's uncomfortable at first until they normalize to your energy. And so you just have to work through that this week. Now, for those of you who know your birth chart positions, here's a rundown of the other planets and our star. Jupiter and Venus are in Sagittarius. Neptune is in Pisces. Saturn, Pluto, and Mercury are in Capricorn. Uranus and Mars are in Aries. The Sun, as I mentioned, has just moved into Aquarius, and the Moon will start the week in Cancer, move through Leo and Virgo, and will end the week in Libra. So again, be your true authentic self. Sometimes it's gonna, you're gonna have to bump into people in order to do that. You have to make some elbow room, so to speak. Go ahead and go with that, because if you're not honest with yourself and become your true authentic self, it's only going to be really damaging to your psychology as you move through the year.
Thank you for listening, and visit 1pkc.io for more great content.